The scientists over at Project 6 recommend listening along to the songs on a separate device for the best experience.
Where would do it Epic? Epic is good.
Yes,
And it's
we
very
are
nice.
going to be listening and ranking and just
And
generally talking about
because it's amazing. It's
the
iconic.
Epic Saga.
That is the epic.
The Epic Saga.
The epic. It's like the McDonald's.
Gotta look at the camera.
I love the epic.
Look at the camera.
But
Eyes on the camera, not on anything else. You need to actually. You look like. You look like. You look like.
I was in another plane. I should probably. This is probably.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get the see if the activity works. Okay.
Oh, I know. I should just do. I'm an idiot. I could just do a long play. But no, because I think one of the things while we're waiting to set up the video thing is say how we found it. So.
Oh. Do you remember how you found?
I do, because I found Epic way before it came out. Like the videos came out, I found him fuck. It was when he was still planning about it, and he didn't have he played all the stuff by himself. Like it was a while, because I remember I think a year or two passed before I found him again, and it was when he was putting out music, I think. So like it was a while before he put out any sort of stuff, and he was just talking about it. And I'm like, this project sounds really cool. Let me save it. And then I forgot about it for like a year or two, and then I found it again. I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm releasing the first thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that time.
Yeah. What I remember is just getting up a video of him and the woman who sings for Athena. You just one of those clip things. And I think I saved it, and I thought it was really, because I really liked the music. I knew it wasn't out, and then I just forgot about it for a really long time. I didn't know
Exactly,
it was
that's
part
what I
of
did
this.
too.
I didn't know it was part of a bigger thing, an entire concept musical. And then my For You page was just taken over by that song. It was every other video, and I sent a lot of them to you to show you how crazy my For You page was. And then I was just invested.
Yeah, because I was already into it at that point, and I think I was talking about having you. I'm trying to search something right now. Watch it. And I remember you kept seeing them, and I'm like, I haven't watched it, but I keep seeing this shit show up on my For You page. And I'm like, yeah, popular. Very popular. But that was one thing. That's what I remember. I remember finding him years before he posted it. And then I was like, this looks really cool. I don't think I even saved it, honestly. I think I just I saw and I liked a lot of his stuff, all of his stuff talking about his project. And I'm like, okay, this is really cool. He'll probably never get a chance to do it though. I didn't think he would actually be able to do it. And then I found it again, it showed up on my For You page, him being like, oh yeah, a couple days before we release it. And I'm like, oh shit. Bet. Okay, go full screen. I wish I could go full screen with this, but I cannot. Let me just say.
I have to make a whole playlist of all the songs.
Oh yeah. Make sure I put them in order. But I feel like I think it was amazing. I'm excited for the new one. I'm kind of sad though, because I don't know if I'll fully be able to listen to it or watch the premiere, because that's the day I leave, and I'm gonna be leaving to go to my friend's, so we can all go together at 12. So he'll probably post it later, so I probably won't be able to be there for the premiere because the cabin that we're at is kind of in the woods, and I don't have good reception. So I'm a little sad about that, but I'm excited. I can watch it after I show it to all of them.
I queued up the first saga.
Okay.
So,
What
do you
saga?
want to listen it? Because
I'm ready. I'm dead.
shut up. Okay, the first song. Let's go. So, we're gonna listen to these 5.
Oh, okay,
Then
let
we're
me get
gonna
on
rank
there.
them. And just like,
Yes.
talk about what comes to mind, like we usually do.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I am getting on there.
What are
I
you
want
doing?
to. I had to, because I have my phone right here and I have my
Mm-hmm.
laptop right here. I'm on there. I think it's loading right now. So that's loading.
Okay.
Oh, do I just have, do I have to press my mic? Oh, oh, there we go. I was putting it inside this. All right, I'm ready. Let me make sure the is up.
The Troy Saga.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. The little beats at the beginning are already so like
Yeah.
yes.
All the memes about that part.
It's amazing. The beat at the beginning of this song even is so catchy, and I'm just like, yes, sir.
This is like my favorite part of the song, him just like giving
Oh,
orders.
100%.
Because it sounds really good.
Mister. He's his fucking voice, dude.
It is really good. Me and my mom listened to Epic and she actually really likes it.
Dude, it's so good. And then you have like this hard beat, and then he just goes into like this like softer part when he talks about his wife.
Like, there's a lot of emotion to it, which is really nice to listen to.
It is, and you can feel the emotion. Like it's not just like, oh, there's an emotion
Like,
part.
the transitions between, like, upbeat and, like, more like, emotional, it's really nice and, like, feels very smooth.
Because you can feel the emotion. You know that the way his voice changes and it gets softer. It's like, damn.
Yeah, he's very good at performing.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I had to grab my headphones. These ones might die. I can switch a little. And this part, at first I didn't know what happened, and then he talked about how he had a vision.
Hmm.
Zeus's voice. Zeus's voice is. I love Zeus's voice. Like, there's
It
just
is
something about it.
very nice. It's a very well casted, I would say. Like,
It's
it really fits the really, like,
100%.
godly, like, powerful voice.
Exactly. Because there
Because
was
it is
the
so
video
nice
where
and
they
deep.
talk about, where the guy that voices Zeus talks about it, being like, he has like an arrogant, like, it's Zeus. He's very arrogant. He's like, very on Zeus. But he has a very deep voice that is commanding almost. That's just, that's a god.
Oh, I love
And
this
then the,
next.
like,
I love this part.
the beat drop, the, like,
Well, I do love when they sing Penelope. It sounds so good, like the harmony there,
it does.
especially now.
Oh no.
I love this part. Like, it
The,
like actually gives me
I
chills.
know.
It's so good.
The two of them going at it, like,
I've seen an animatic as well, where it's like spinning around, and I think it looks so good.
that's why I love watching some of the animations of this, because seeing people like animate it.
I didn't know that people like were in denial about him killing the infant until the
Oh
underworld
yeah,
part came out.
no,
It's like
like
I thought it
as
was
I was.
obvious.
Yeah, no, he killed that child. This one is one of my favorites. It is.
It's very beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful and sad. And I love that. Because there's a point in this song that one of my favorites. It's so
I feel
sad.
like there's a lot of range to his voice, like the way he can sing. Because this has like a pretty different vibe from like the beginning of The Horse and the Infant.
Yeah, because it's like a softer, like, he doesn't want to do this, but a part of him knows he has to. Exactly, like the person I play. Because, like, he doesn't want to.
Oh, that was so pretty.
There we go. That's the dog.
Had you ever
Oh,
like known anything about the Odyssey and like Odysseus before this concept musical came out? Or
I did not. I didn't really know it was based on the Odyssey until his first saga came out and he mentioned it, and I was like, oh, okay. This.
I actually watched a movie about it in like history class in middle school at some point. That's what I remember. Because I remember in my class we were so stupid with our jokes. Like they were not good jokes. Just one time we like ate rice and we were like, I remember our teacher like, oh wait, we're like, oh he was eating rice. He was eating rice. Go back to when he was eating rice. Like our jokes were so bad. Because that was the entire joke, that he was eating rice. Yeah, the harmonies are so beautiful.
I know. It's like... Then he drops that child. The part where it's like, when they become meteor, if you fucking for real, all of his men are just like... I'll have to show you some of the animations at some point, because this one, I love Full Speed Ahead, but I feel like it's not one I'm excited. It's
gonna be difficult to rank them.
It is! Compared to, like, Just a Man and Full Speed Ahead, Just a Man. Like, but it's still amazing.
We should rank all the sagas at the end also.
I love the harmonies, because it has more, like, the men in it now.
Like, it feels so crazy, like, the way the story unfolds, like, seeing, like, how there's 600 men now, and then going to, like...
Oh, yeah.
Being, like, 42! In, like, the Ocean Saga.
I know! I love that little, like... He mentions it a couple times.
Just, like, he's really making it known, like, how many people die. Like, that's not gonna be a question. And just, like, how dark and, like, tragic the story is.
Even his voice is really good.
This is making me, like... It's like, oh god, like, there were 600 of them. And, like, so many of them died. Just like that.
Yeah. I love he's like second man, him.
Well, that sounds so nice.
I know. Oh, jeez. His voice is also really fits.
Yeah. His voice definitely, like, I feel like fits the character. Or, like, the way the character's framed. 100%. Being, like, kind of like an innocence to it. Like a very pure, good soul. Is you can tell that he's from the voice. Like, the casting is so good.
Oh, 100%. And, like, I saw someone point it out, like, when they were kids, you had the more softer one, Polites, being like, excuse me, softer, but still strong. And then you had Telemachus being, like, very, like, we need to fight. Did you just say
what name was it?
I said Telemachus, that's name.
No, that's his son. That's his son.
The other one, the second other one, I was like, yeah, we need food.
It's something. I don't know how to pronounce it. We'll
But
find out.
you
He
have him
sings
that's
it at
more of
some
the
point.
rougher one, and then you have Odysseus in the middle.
I
Because
think I
it's
know who
like,
you mean, but I don't
yeah,
remember
it's the
exactly how.
other one in command that
No, I
says,
think I know. I think I know his name. I don't know how to say it.
I don't either. But
Hmm.
like, it's like you have a softer friend, a rougher friend, and you have him in the middle, and they both are like, you should be meaner, you should be nicer, you should be meaner. Open Arms is, huh?
I feel like this was one I listened to a lot when this saga came out.
Polities. Someone pointed out how many times you said, huh? In the whole first act. I think it's hilarious. They actually did like a count. His voice.
It sounds so nice. The way it goes so high, I like that note. It's so nice.
Mhm. These little creatures, I love seeing people animate them because they look so funny.
I
There's
don't know
just
if I've
one that I
seen
love.
any animations of like this saga really. Well, other than the one I
I've
told you
seen a
about.
lot. I've seen a lot,
Of
and I want
course
to
you
show you
have.
all of
Like,
them.
that's not surprising at all.
There's a really funny one for that scene. I have a screenshot of it. It's hilarious.
You just have a screenshot.
Oh yeah. So people were trying to be like, oh, they're evil little assholes because they showed them to where the cave is and what's in the cave. But part of me is like, maybe they didn't know. I hope because they just look
I
little
mean,
creatures.
like they weren't like maybe or maybe they just like took it very well. Like, where is their food? Like, oh, in that cave. Like, and they never asked like, is it
Exactly.
dangerous? So they didn't answer. Like,
Because also
you want food?
they're
Here's some
high as
food. That's all
exactly.
we asked
Plus
for.
they're high as fuck on the Lotus stuff too. So I feel like they also just didn't like I don't know. There's like
Yeah,
they
like
asked for food. It's in that direction.
they
It's,
weren't
that's
like the
why.
most like aware. I feel like
Mhm.
I'm blanking like all the words I know.
I know what you mean. Like
Like
aware
not
there's
too
what was
concerned about their
happening,
safety to like make
and
sure
there's
everything
other
was
people.
good and cool, and so make sure that, is this safe? Is this does this make sense? Is this
Exactly. They don't have to worry about that.
yeah. Hmm.
You. Hmm.
I feel like
Uh,
what's his name? Particular what is his name?
which one?
The guy who's singing.
Polities.
Yeah, Polytheus and Odysseus have like such contrasting characters in this song, with the way it's like Polytheus is singing this whole time, being really like
Oh, here
open.
comes one of the best ones. Someone
Oh,
pointed out a point about an animation about throwing an apple, and if you threw an apple and you caught it, that was kind of like love. And then they have it cut that he's about to catch an apple, but then the Venus thing happens and he cuts it in half. And I'm like,
this is the first song that I saw that one moved into my For You page when the saga came out. Like, I hadn't thought about it for like
yeah,
so long. You know, I've seen a really good Shadow and Bone edit with this song.
hmm I
Between
could see
like
it.
Nikolai and Alina. And I think it was so
hmm
fitting.
There really, there are a lot of good ones that fit scenes I could fit this one.
He's such a nice voice.
Oh, 100%. Yes, no. Oh, it's so good.
This is much more chill than last episode. Just
Yeah,
sitting here vibing and not just like talking about like the haters.
no, for real.
This is the part that I saw, like the snippet
Mm-hmm.
that I first saw.
You see through my hair. Trying to get the dog off the pillow.
This part, like I do remember thinking that you're saying, "Well done, you lied to me," and like
Yeah,
believe me, because like
well
it
done.
does make
Well
sense.
done. You're a liar.
Like
Athena.
it's not illogical really. Because I feel like there could be like some like, oh wow, you're like very bold lying to a goddess, like that
Yeah.
gets you
Like,
some
that is a
points
man.
maybe.
This is a friend. This poor guy's like, that's just a friend. And she's like, we'll see where it ends. And he's like, okay.
But it is so interesting how like how he has changed from the beginning of Act One to the end.
Hmm.
Because it's like a different, completely different vibe.
It really does. It starts to decline as his mental health declines.
Whoopsies.
Like that one is a really good one. It's gonna be hard to rate because
Yeah.
the first saga
Okay.
is like
Do you have an idea which one you want to put like at the top? Because I think we should
at the
alternate. Like,
top.
yeah, number one, and then I do my number one, and then back and
Oh,
forth like
that's
that.
okay. That's really hard. I think. Do you have your number one?
I think I do.
What's yours? I'll have you go first
Because I
then.
just think that there's so many moments that I love in The Horse and the Infant. So
That's
that
what
I
I was
have
gonna
to put it at
say.
number one for me.
I feel like it's between the horse and the infant and just a man. I think I'm gonna say just a man because that
Okay.
one I love horse and the infant, but just a man is just like they're tied, but just a man's like a little bit more. And then
Yeah. Okay.
my second, ooh, fuck, I don't know.
I think I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna put Warrior of the Mind as my second, just because it is what got me into it and has like that kind of like
I
nostalgic
that's
value. Is that memory tied to it?
I feel like I don't know. That's so hard because like part of me doesn't want to put Full Speed Ahead at the bottom because I do really like it. But compared to all the other ones, like ranking wise, I feel like for my second one, I'm gonna do Horse and the Infant,
Okay.
I think.
My third is gonna be Just a Man
That's fair.
because it is
I
such
feel
a
like
beautiful song.
it really is. I feel like
Mm.
my third, I'm gonna say, ooh,
It's hard.
hmm. It is because I have the ones I Full Speed Ahead, Open Armor, or The Mind. Those are all really good songs. All right, I feel like I gotta say, I'm gonna say Open Arms.
Okay.
That's my third one. Now it's between
My
fourth and fifth.
fourth, I'm gonna go with Full Speed Ahead. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say. hmm,
Deep in thought, Megan.
I
You look
I
like
think
a
I'm gonna
meme.
say. Hmm, I think I'm gonna say War of the Mind,
Okay. And then
and then
my
And then
my fifth
last
is
one.
Open Arms. Then.
Yeah, then my last will be Full Speed Ahead, and I love Full Speed Ahead. It is really good. It's just all the other ones have certain points that just my brain likes a little bit more, but it's still an amazing song. Like I love all of these songs equally, but when I have to go down to like actually rating them, that's where it gets a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Now this next saga is going to be a little bit harder because I don't know. I haven't thought about rating them since we talked about it like a little bit ago on call when we were talking about Epic
Mm-hmm.
and we were trying to rate them. And at that point, I haven't. A lot of the songs were fresh in my mind, so I'm curious if they're gonna change now. It really is all just. I think. I
I
know.
do remember struggling with this one because I couldn't remember too much what all the songs sounded like.
Exactly.
Okay, are you ready to go into the second saga?
That's like.
The Cyclops Saga.
I remember when the shit came out too, and I
Well, I
didn't know what the
don't.
song
I think
stories
they
were.
do.
And I saw the picture, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I don't know about the Cyclops. I didn't know any of what they meant. So I was just like, ooh, looks terrifying.
I'd say they're a little stupid.
They are a little bit, but
Like they
also
just find a
like,
cave of sheep. Are like, oh wow, this is totally normal.
yeah. And then but he's like, something's not right here, y'all. Ugh.
I should totally find that movie that I watched and we should watch it together sometime.
Yeah. But I know this food.
Hello.
Hello, Namaste.
I love that.
Uh-huh. The way you can almost envision the Cyclops walking towards them, and everyone else panicking, and him just be like, "Hello there." I'm calm. He's so calm and collected, dude. His face is a
Yeah.
fucking Cyclops. That's probably huge, and he's just like, "Hello there." Hi. It's like a scary melody. Like the background music is the lyrics with her. I can picture it
Yeah,
like
it
a
does.
creepy
It
melody in a
definitely is
horror
kind of
movie.
like unsettling because it's so calm and eerie at the
It
same time.
is. And you know what's about to happen. And then it starts to pick up.
Yeah, like the serious is like
As they
rising.
start to realize, oh, we're fucked.
Like we fucked up. They
Yeah.
fucked around and they're gonna find out right now.
And then even
So
how
the
calm
drums.
he still is.
I mean, he
Like,
kind of has to.
I know, but like, you know, he's still like, he's staying collected and calm. And I know he has to, but still.
I mean, he led them into war. I'm sure he has some practice.
That's true. He led them in the war, but this is Cyclops.
I can't imagine that they would be a very good meal for him because it's mostly bones and not a lot of meat.
Yeah, well, they
Like
still
in
are decently
proportion.
strong. I feel like they're not starving. I feel like that would be a good feast because they're strong, decent like men that are
Yeah, but they're
probably
so
have.
small in comparison.
Well, yeah,
This is kind of
this one.
smart.
Yeah,
I would.
yeah, no,
I'm
he
nobody
had a
yet.
smart moment, and then he didn't.
Yeah, and then he fucked it like, I'm Odysseus of Ithaca.
I get he was mad. I understand why I didn't.
Like he is a man at the end of the day. He is just a man.
He really is, and he's trying to just get home. No fun, no one to die. What?
It's such a good way to end a song. Just like abrupt cut.
What? And then silence for a second, and then watch out. And then you go straight into battling.
Like, it really was just their own stupidity that got them into the situation right now.
Mhm. Yeah. Show them how. I love seeing edits when people put the two songs together of this
Yeah,
part and then the side by
the
side part.
parallels going together.
It's so I love seeing shit like that. I know it's technically not it's fan made, but still.
It's very similar to, I don't know if you watch Star Kid. Do you?
Watch what?
Star Kid.
Does it sound familiar?
They have there's one musical where there is kind of like a reprise of a song, but it's just different, sung by someone else, and the people will overlay them into a duet. And it sounds really good.
Ooh.
I should definitely make you watch that with me
Yeah.
for my YouTube.
I like it also kind of full you see another glimpse into him planning and being like, yeah, it kind of backfired, but they didn't know he had a club. And it was a good plan, like he was putting them out well.
I mean, club or not, he can just stomp them.
But they were winning, and then he pulls out the club, and they're like, "Oh fuck!"
The harmonies are so nice.
They are.
Like the
I
choir.
love the harmonies. The harmonies are really up there. So it's gonna be hard to choose because he lets out a yell. They do get some hits on him, but then he pulls out the club, and that's where it.
I like the ones where they die. Oh, that was Polydees, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I didn't realize it until someone pointed it out while they were watching it. I'm like, holy shit! Oh my god, that makes it so. Okay. I thought that was the one that's like, oh, watch yourself with the gods. But what I found out it wasn't because he voiced again. What's this parallel? Ah, that's so fucking cool.
The beat of the club heading is so good.
It is, and it's so good, but also so sad because it's like he's losing men, and then this part at the beginning of the song when it's like where he's like, some people say he was injured, some people say he was knocked out. My theory is that he's literally just like someone
In
did an
shock.
animation. Yeah, because someone did an animation and they made Polites look like the person that saves with his glasses. They had him look like he was staring at the glasses of Polites, or Polites' body's just in shock, like broken. And I'm like, that would make sense because he's like in shock. That's his best friend. That he just watched get hit by his club and die. And he couldn't do anything.
This, I've seen people say that there should be an animated movie in the style of the Prince of Egypt.
I've seen people talk about that too.
I feel like this is an animated movie, would be so cool.
Oh my god, I
Because it
would
would
love
be
to see
very
it.
dark, still.
But it would be so fucking dark. Would get in that hand. And now he's fucking done. He's like, this bitch is about to fucking die. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And he's like, oh
This
my
feels like the beginning of the kind of the downfall of his good
policies isn't there.
character.
Not to be like open arms. So
This
yeah,
is the
I feel like
beginning of just him
of the
kind of
fall.
getting darker and losing himself more. This is the beginning, I feel. The turning point.
Mm-hmm. That's like electric guitar.
Oh god, the dog.
Fucking, yeah. She's mad because I'm not
I
that
looked
either.
away for 2 seconds and then she was like,
She's
oh,
trying to climb on the coffee table. Mm-hmm.
oh, I love that. I love when they
Okay.
ask him
Uh-huh.
in the whisper.
cartoons. We just run. Please. Please. God, I got it hurt to be silent. I know. The shape and away we go. And then her melody coming in.
Oh, and
We are
her one
perfect.
line is so good.
A threat and Tally's dead.
She had a good
Finished
point
him.
though,
She did.
but he
That's
wasn't
one
like
thing.
quite there
She
yet.
no. And
Just
that's
this
all I'm
is like
saying.
at the very beginning of like
Mercy.
the downfall. Just like him now, versus
Blind.
like in the underworld. Like underworld wouldn't hesitate at that point.
Yeah. And I'm scared about Thunder Saga, how it's gonna be. Let
I'm
me
excited.
die. That you dare. Remember
He looks so silly.
the reigning king of Ithaca.
That's a good line though.
It is. The fucking I'll point it out again when it comes around. But Poseidon uses that line, I am your darkest nightmare, I am your darkest moment, when he's like running away. Poseidon wasn't actually wrong though. Poseidon was spitting facts.
No, he was right.
Like
Like
he was
they
spitting.
fucked around and they found
They
out a
fucked around and
lot.
found out.
Like
Yeah.
it
Because
was
you
all
can't be.
caused by them being
Oh,
stupid. Like there is
oh.
another word for it. I just can't remember what it is.
Stupid
I do love this.
arrogance. Hmm. I love how she has a little piano like motif as the guy was talking about it. I thought of teaching him behind. Hey, what's your Jesus?
I mean, she does have a point.
She does. It's like it's okay. What she is saying. She does have a point. It's just that he hasn't gotten to the point where he's fully ready to go, like
Yeah.
like full warrior. Like he still is, and he still is a great warrior that has
I
done
mean, yeah,
great
but
things. It's
that is
just.
what causes like almost all of his other men to die.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
Because
these like
if he
small
talks about the
choices that
Underworld Saga,
got everybody killed.
and I understand Athena's point of view, but I can also see his
Hmm.
because she's a god. He's the one that has to do the actions, that has to live with those actions for the rest of his life. Exactly. I saw you as a friend.
It's the way it only gets worse. Like he has so much death, so much blood on his hands.
And it's so much pressure. And I
Yeah.
can understand
And it
why he
only
gets
gets
pressed. Like,
worse.
exactly. It only gets worse for him.
It's like having led all these men into battle and like being being the reason that they all die and being away from his family for so long.
Hmm. That's like the thing, like, General! And the way he just backtalk Athena, I think that's hilarious.
Like he's not in the position to do that at all.
And then it's just like, you're alone. It's like,
Yeah, but he's gonna be alone when all his men are dead.
one day, you'll hear what I've said. One day. This part,
She is so good. He is just a man. That's why he fucked up.
yeah.
He's a
But he's
dumb
also a
man.
human. She's a god. That's the thing.
Yeah, but humans can still do like a lot.
Like I feel like it would have been so interesting to see if he would have started fully following her things and doing the things that she was saying. Like if he would have killed the Cyclops, or even like gone into like the ruthlessness side of it. This is bad.
I
She
mean,
sounds
there
at that
probably
last
would have been
no,
less deaths in the long run.
but I feel like there would have still stuff would have gone wrong. I feel like, but also how sad she sounds in the last note, where it's like, "This is my goodbye," and how hoarse she sounds when she screams that line. Because she did care. People point out points like
Yeah.
she was there for a lot. She did care about him. It's just
It's just that he wasn't able to, like, kind of, like, hold up what he needed to do.
And that's the thing. Like, I can see why though. Like, that's a lot of
It is. It's a lot of pressure for sure, but it's like she wouldn't have, like, chosen him or, like, gone with him if she didn't believe that he could do it. It was just, like, kind of too early for him to do all that.
I think I know which one my last one's gonna be, and I think I know which one my first one's gonna be.
Do you have,
I
like,
think I
do
know.
you know what you're gonna put first? Like, do you want to start or should I go first?
I'm gonna say my. Ooh, I think I'm gonna say my goodbye for first,
I was gonna say that. It's so good.
and then okay, the second one.
Mm-hmm.
It's between her. I think remember them. I would say second
Okay.
because it's just so like he's lost his best friend now. He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna do this, and even if it means exposing his name or whatever, he's still all this is happening in the moment. He doesn't have time to think about it, so he just like, hey, bitch, you fucked up. Remember that my name. So I'll say remember that's my second.
Think I'm gonna go with survive because I like it when they die.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
think,
really morbid, but like, it's like
but
it's a
it's a
cool, it's a
good
good
melody.
moment, and
It
it's like
is.
it's well done.
Yeah, I feel like that's my third one. My third one is gonna be survive. We both have the same last one. Yeah.
It's so
And he's
hard
amazing.
picking between Polyphemus and Remember Them because like Remember Them is really good. But Polyphemus had such good like music and
It was
the ending was so
exact.
good. But it's like I don't want to be either of them last.
I know that's what I felt with Full Speed Ahead because it was like
I'm gonna
I
put
didn't want to put
Polyphemus
that.
as my third. I think.
Okay, that's fair, honestly,
Yeah.
because it is really good, and I love that. But I think I'm gonna put that one as my like last one. I love it to death, but
Yeah.
the other ones are just like
Like
below my mind.
there's also gonna be a last one. That doesn't mean like it's bad because they're all just
Exactly. It's
masterpieces,
just like if
absolute
I were
masterpieces.
like my personal favorite from like, why'd you go upstairs? You can stay down here, please. Do I want more fruit? I know that's why I had to reposition and get up for a second because
I'm
I
just
wanted to
getting
get more
lower and
fruit.
lower down on camera.
Mhm.
It's the way to go.
Mhm.
Okay, let's start.
The Ocean Saga.
The Ocean Saga. Isn't that first little like?
Like kind of quiet intro, and then it's just like.
Mhm. Well, that's why the water. I have to turn up. It is divine. In fact.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's so nice. It sounds so nice the way like, they go look up and down like that.
Mhm.
You're always so like delayed when you sing. You're always like 3 seconds behind the actual song.
Yeah. This little like her voice is like something. It scratches my brain that
Yeah.
way.
It's really like good. It's like very like whimsical and like a little
It
bit
fits her.
mysterious, like mischievous, like tone to it, but
Hmm
it's not like super obvious. It's like, but it is there. It's like an undertone.
I love I squirrel. What I love is like we're gonna shoot for the island. This guy, he's like, what? What now?
I mean, that's a pretty logical reaction, honestly.
Hmm
Like, oh yeah, you're just gonna aim up there.
Uh-huh. Just up there. Don't mind that.
Hope for the best. Just hope for the best, man. You're probably
I
hit
mean, it is
something.
for the best.
They just hit a bird instead.
An eagle or something like Zeus's
Just
animal,
a
and then Zeus comes down.
seagull.
Seagull? No, imagine they hit like a hawk or something, like Zeus's
They
animal, and then
just
Zeus adds to the storm. Like, oh, bitch.
they just hit
This
Zeus
one?
on his way to fuck someone.
No. This song was one I kept seeing clips about before he came out with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this sounds amazing. I can't wait for this. And now it's out. And I'm like, no, how about the wind god? I know for sure. I love how sassy it. He's like, you don't know for sure. He's like, how many floating islands have you seen before? He's so sassy and I love it.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of just acts like this is the most normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they have
Yes,
the
yes.
vibe of someone like.
Well, he's used to a god, a
Well,
theme god.
look, this is like it's like a total believer, and like Eurycles is kind of like, or however you say his name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. It's kind of like superstitious. Like, are you
Mhm.
sure
He's
this is
actually being, like he's actually being like safe about it, kind of.
like the plot twist is just, Odysseus has been
Mm-hmm.
delusional this whole time. He has been high on
Mm-hmm.
shrooms since they won the war. He's just been staring
Yep.
at the sky for 5 hours now. He's
Mm-hmm.
talking to himself and singing weird songs. And just
And
like
then
they
he's like,
don't
where does
make
this come
any
from?
sense.
Mm-hmm. This part's sad because he honestly just really cares about him and he doesn't want to lose him.
Yeah. I mean, they
I
like
made it
barely made it out of the last one, and it's only getting worse now.
exactly. He like the three of them were best friends. It was Odysseus, him, and Polites. They were best friends together. So he also lost Polites.
Mm-hmm.
I made it. I remember I made an edit or like a video cosplay thing of this. I need to find it. I was also really proud of it because it was like a lighter and darker version. I can show. It was before this came out.
Hmm.
I had long brown hair.
Crazy.
I know, right? I said, get your man in your face. Technically, they didn't die
I
at
think
war.
that
They did.
line is so funny. I mean, like they didn't die there,
I'm there. I think
like
you
not
above
there.
it.
They didn't die in the war.
Hmm This part, I, I understand why he's being like, I can't have you doing this,
Yeah,
but he's just
because
trying
he
to
has
help
to be very
you.
strong for like his crew, because like he's the leader.
Yeah, if he shows weakness, then they're gonna start. I mean,
Yeah, then
finally,
they're gonna start worrying as well.
people were talking about this started the scene why the men were all like trying to get in the bag. Like this attitude, like kind of like the not the distrust, but just like the him questioning him made it easier for the men to be like, it'll probably be fine. Let's see what's in the bag, even though it told us not to.
Yeah, because he's like, what? Obviously, he's like not sharing everything, and it's just kind of taking it all on himself. So it's like, oh well,
Yep.
why wouldn't he be taking like all the treasure for himself also, since he's doing all this
Mm-hmm.
other shit?
Triple stone. Let's get to the distance. The fucking boys.
Like she has a little like mischief to her,
Like
like
a
from the very
mhm.
get go.
And her voice is kind of funny, but it fits perfectly. Like an airy, like light, giggly trickster vibe.
Yeah. Like from the very first like lyric, it's there.
Aha. I love the little those voices. I love them. They're so
They're so cute.
little.
They really add to the vibe in like the best way.
I love where it's like some the where it's like killing is a must, and he's like, what? Because you get where it's like, oh, killing is a must sometimes, and he's like, huh?
He's not
What?
there yet. He hasn't gotten to the point where he can
Baby
like
back.
accept it. Maybe because like he doesn't
It's
want to
treasure.
be.
I love that. It's like it's treasure, right? It's treasure. Yeah, for real, I can picture his face just be like
Like
assholes. What? What's that? Back open. Closed door. You hear this part? Everything's changed since politics.
yeah, I can imagine. Like, I
Damn.
feel like the dynamic is probably like very secretive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 9 days no sleep. Some
I
it's like
know.
not. It's so bad for you.
It is, but he has people made the animation doesn't make it so much worse because they animate it that he can see in the distance. Like he can see the castle, he can see his home.
No, I'm sure he can.
But
After
then
9 days of no sleep, he is hallucinating as shit.
but people are saying that he generally was so close and then that's what happened. That's so
I mean,
sad.
if he's gonna,
Just like I just want to go.
he's basically starting his own war with like several gods. Like obvious as fuck.
It's so sad the part where he's like, I just keep trying to embrace you. Why won't you let me? He just wants to get them a hug. Like,
Yeah.
ah.
Well, it's been a few
And then
years at this point already.
they have Poseidon's motif coming in, shit like that. Taking us. You were comply. Well, your little fucker things told them that it was treasure.
Yeah, because they like
So,
to they like to stir the pot and start some shit.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of fun.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's good.
Like maybe. But I'm gonna wait a second.
And then like the oh,
Really good.
do you know who
I mean,
I
like
am?
maybe they like said that it was treasure to like try and challenge the dynamic that they're
How
gonna have
much
now.
trust do his men have for him?
Yeah, like
And they
how
will like
yeah,
trust
because
him.
you prove like oh you have no trust here. Like to maybe trying to point out a problem that he's like oblivious to because he's so focused on everything else.
This was so freaking. Mm-hmm. I love people's designs of Poseidon because they're all different, and I love all of them. I need to show you some animations. God, dare you cross? Ah, his fucking voice is Poseidon.
It's really good.
It's
Like the
it's
like
very
slight
raspy and
raspiness to it.
I know.
Like this as an animated movie would fucking slap
I
because you
would
could be like
die.
so over exaggerated. But it's like I feel like the vibe of like Quiz Reader might be good. I don't know if they're talking about the vibe or like the art style or but like I feel like the whole thing could work well because that one's also kind of dark. Which like,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty
I
dark
would love this.
actually. Like a lot of people die in that movie. Children too.
Oh yeah,
And I watched that as like a kid at school or in church.
indeed though. This because you're not even great. It's like damn,
Oh,
bro.
how late you always are.
That's alright. That's what I hate. We'll get the job done.
And
He's
how are
doing
you
facts
always?
though.
You have not once been on time with the song. Like, I don't know how you
I
managed
don't
that.
know. It's probably because of the delay of the Discord call and I'm here.
Hmm.
It's so fucking good. But he's right. Ruthlessness is mercy because it'll come back and bite you in the ass, and it did.
Yeah.
Myself.
And it's like
Also,
Odysseus definitely views Poseidon as like the villain right now for sure. But it is like he has been through so much more than Odysseus has, and he knows probably from experience. And it's like
yep.
Odysseus will reach that point,
Also
but
his
he's just not ready yet.
apology's ass. Apology's is horrible. He's like, I want an apology. He's like, we took the pleasure in his pain. Fast forward to him like screaming and being like, yeah, take his eye. I was gonna rub it in his face.
Yeah. It would have been much more merciful to just kill him. It's like they basically just tortured him and disabled him.
You left him
Like that's
blind,
much
bro.
meaner than just killing him.
Them calling captain because they're drowning and they're trying to ask for us to help.
Yeah. Like in this last moment, they have to turn him to like beg him for
Like here,
help,
like to
but
be
he
on
can't
that
give
for
it
that
to
one, they
them.
all trust him. Like they respect him and they trust him. But call back to just a man.
Like the
43
callbacks
to
are always
600.
so good. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a and then monster. That's what he said to Cyclops.
There are so many callbacks to other songs and lines, and it's always so well executed.
Okay, I can't pass this one moment coming up. Because he's so fucking. He sounds so fucking goofy and excited and hyper.
He's
He's like,
very
all I gotta
cocky
do
with
is
these
open this
gods. Like,
bag. And I'm like, all your men just fucking died. And he's like, all I gotta do is
and I
open
feel like
this
maybe
bag.
it takes some amount of like pleasure in kind of like trying to one up these gods. Like, oh, I got you. I tricked
Or
you.
maybe
Like, you're not that much more powerful than I am.
I, people were saying that maybe it was him being excited because he realized that he can save the 46 men left. He's like, all I
Oh,
gotta do is
yes.
open this bag. I can save the last people left, including one of my best friends that
Yeah.
I care about and was telling me to be careful with gods, but I did listen.